What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode, we are edging closer to the end of Mobile Suit Gundam Katana. Not that kind of edging. Last time, Ito went up against his father, Kanasada, and was able to gain some control over the Demon Blade AI system. O'Connell snuck onto the True Federal sub-colony and stole a Blue Destiny Unit 2 Omega. This episode, Yas will face off against Barino once again. Also, Ito, O'Connell, and Cortez make it to Side 7, but they are too late. So let's get into this. Tomorrow, the post-war summit will begin. This will be the first time that the Spacenoids have a seat at the table, albeit a seat at the children's table. Many Spacenoids are protesting the event. A man by the name of Lieutenant General Blake receives a letter from True Federal. True Federal supplies that aren't on the supply list make it into the summit. Lord Spada says that tomorrow will be stained in blood of the Titans. They rose to supremacy after Operation Stardust, but True Federal now has control of the central government of Side 7. Things will change soon. He thanks Richard Grayson for all he's done. Grayson is currently in a back-to-tank healing. Okay, tone it down with the Star Wars references. He is being cyber-enhanced. Meanwhile, Ito's men are one day away from Side 7 and will make it just as the summit begins. They will split into two, and the Titans will go and relay this information to their superiors. The Titans have more power and can get things done faster than BGSD. Meanwhile, his team will be searching for miniaturized Psychomu systems. They are installed throughout Side 7. Ito believes it is to transmit signals under Minovsky particle dispersion and perhaps even transmit a signal to activate G3 gas. BGSD and the Titans will stop True Federal. They salute Ito. Even Stonefield salutes him, but he is kind of embarrassed about it. Ito visits Dr. Henry, who does a brain scan on him. He shows a model of his brain and tells him that he has a link that makes him strong in emotional fluctuation, which is close to emotional suppression. Dr. Henry says that this is the ideal cyber Newtype. Oh man, just wait 7 years, Neo Zeon will be splitting cyber Newtypes into two. It starts with control of emotional triggers, it ends with split personalities that could kill without the other you knowing. At least there is a through line. Another key is benevolence. Ito reflects back to his father and Mingle, teaching him about benevolence. He blames himself for Mingle's death and wished he never became commander. The next day, the summit begins at Side 7. Jamtov Hyman and others make their appearance. Richard Grayson breaks out of the back-to-tank and yells. The Federation summit begins. Last chapter, we saw one of the security officers from the summit doing mundane things. He is tasked with scouting one section. During his patrol, he begins firing on the summit building. His petite mobile was taken over. The pilot doesn't know what just happened. This was controlled remotely by a team of scientists that hijacked the unit. This is Demon Blade Murasame. This security unit is a part of the Titans. Everyone outside begins pointing fingers at them. As the Federation members leave, Kanasada speaks up. He tells them that his men are assembled outside of the summit. He mentions purging groups that have formed within EFF and brings up his lost men at the Naval Review during Operation Stardust. Remember, Operation Stardust doesn't exist on paper. Cohen and everyone involved in the Gundam development project, including Ko, were placed in prison or silenced other ways. EFF's official statement is that the men that were killed by Gato are MIA. Kanasada just said the truth on a public broadcast. While prepping their mobile suits, the BGSD team sees the news of chaos breaking out on Side 7. Dr. Henry says that Cortez and O'Connell's mobile suits react to the Demon Blade system. He upgraded Cortez's mobile suit to the NETX. The RX-78NT-X, pronounced NETX, is a Newtype-based mobile suit originally seen in SD Gundam G Generations. After EFF gained access to Psychomu tech from Zeon post-war, they began experimenting with Psychomu systems. However, they weren't able to miniaturize the Psychomu like Zeon, so they are chunky boys. Its main weapon is the backpack, which stores a pair of wired bits. Since these are wired bits, even old types can use these to a certain extent. Other weapons include 60mm Vulcans, a machine gun, a beam rifle, a twin beam rifle that replaces Alex's Gatling gun, a beam saber, and a shield. When NETX and Blue Destiny are close to Katana Gundam, the three of them will become more powerful. This is the new BGSD team. Cortez doesn't agree to this. They get ready to deploy. The NETX has both the power of the Elmith and the Gundam. Dr. Henry says Cortez needs to have both the Newtype reaction of Amado and the Newtype senses of Lala. Cortez wonders if he could live up to that as just a cyber Newtype. The doctor says he went to Jupiter, so he will do just fine. The doctor lives off the assumption that most people who spend enough time around Jupiter are Newtypes. Ito tells Paul Mercury that he isn't obligated to help BGSD. but he says that the die has been cast. He is here to help. Also, the little guy from Harmony 1 is still here with the crew. It seems like Yas is getting off on ordering him around since he is slightly smaller than him. Yas was able to steal the blade of BGST while they were at Granada. When did he have time to do that? He gives it to Ito. After BGST launches, Stonefield and the Titans will take control of the Pegasus-class ship. He apologizes for bringing this trouble to Stonefield and launches. As BGST launches, Mingle appears to Ito. He tells him something regarding Kanasada, but we do not hear it. They head to Side 7, where they are met with 10 mobile suits. They go into battle. After taking out the mobile suits, Ito notices that the colony is very quiet. Grayson asks an underling if his mobile suit is ready. This is the Domal Mark II, or Duo. The MS-19C Domal Duo, or Mark II is a variant of the Domal with the Demon Blade AI system. This was taken from a Striker custom. This version has the Gundam head, but Grayson modified it to have a twin-eye sensor instead of the mono-eye sensor. This has the same weapons loadout as the Domal, including the tow beam. The hangar door opens, and an Akai approaches him. Grayson expected this man to eventually show himself. This is Old Man Tsurugi Murasame, Kanasada's father and the man who forged the Demon Blade. Murasame says that the Demon Blade was supposed to bring balance to the Force. Bring harmony to EFF. Based off of the character design of his grandfather and his father, Ito has a giant nose and thick lips to look forward to in his adult life. Weird character designs. I love it. Kanasada has fallen from the path, and so too has Ito. He has to make things right by destroying all of the Demon Blade systems, including the one on Grayson's Domal. They engage in battle. Murasame recognizes that he is a cyber Newtype enhanced to the limits. The old man uses the Great Revolution 1000-hand cannon. He goes in for a final strike, but the Domal blocks it. Grayson says that it is fun being superhuman. BGST goes into the colony to find that the colonists were beaten into submission. That is when a giant mobile armor makes its appearance. It is Burrino in a mass production Big Zam. We talked about this mobile suit in part 4 of this series. Go check it out if you haven't. The Demon Blade mobile suit seems to get weaker the closer they get to the mobile armor. Burrino is piloting this. Burrino was able to make his escape from the Kaiser of Dragons. Yas tells Ito and the rest to head to Side 7 while he takes care of this guy. Since they met on the battlefield at Harmony 1, he has been holding a grudge for the half of BGSD team that abandoned them on Earth. He is also trying to prove himself to the young master. Yas whips his balls out and attacks. Burrino activates his eye field. The gym stops moving. That is when Paul comes in and the two do the double finger 3D ricochet. Balls are flying everywhere, but they can't penetrate the eye field. Yas rushes towards the Big Zam. Ito and the others see an explosion go off in the distance. They head into the colony to find that the people have been subdued by the Demon Blade brainwaves. It seems as though the colony is all on drugs. I want to get high off of Demon Blade brainwaves. A group of Titan mobile suits surround them along with Kanasada. They are also being controlled. Kanasada suggests that together they can rule the galaxy as father and son. Something else that totally isn't Star Wars. Ito is starting to realize that this is the purpose of the many Psychomu systems placed throughout the Side 7 subcolony. Even the Federation members are subdued by brainwaves. Kanasada says it is useless. This is their plan. Man is drawn to war, and as humanity scales, so too does our ability to conduct war. At the scale in which humanity operates, war is simply a world extinction event. So True Federal will do it by force. These brainwaves will suppress humanity's desires to go to war. Oh my god, this tool is every fascist's wet dream. You don't believe in what I believe in? Well, with the push of this button, you do now. Ito says this is simply tyranny. Right now, it seems to be only extending to this colony. Ito seems to be the key to making this spread worldwide, or Earthsphere-wide, I guess. They also seem to have this machine hooked up to cyber Newtypes to make this happen. Kanasada's men try to take him away, but O'Connell and Cortez come to save him. O'Connell will handle business while Cortez and Ito get out of there. As Yas rushes in, Paul tells him to retreat. He goes ahead of Yas and does the technique, the kamikaze ball-crushing miracle. Paul's balls goes up in a blaze of glory, taking out the Big Zam's engine. Yas yells out for his master. One thing that the story doesn't really point out until now is that the little kid is piloting the gym in the gym juggler with Yas and Paul in the balls. The kid is able to get the gym moving again. The kid rushes in anger, yelling, "I will avenge you, gay uncle!" Yas and the kid go in for one final blow, killing Burrino and the Big Zam. Even though he was his enemy, Yas still feels empathy for his former BGSD member. The two can sense something from the subcolony. At the subcolony, Grayson yells, "I am a golden god!" So taking too many cyber new type enhancements is like taking too much cocaine. Got it. You get delusions of grandeur. However, behind him, the damaged At guy gets up. And that will do it for this episode. Everything is coming to a close as everyone converges at Side 7. I was hoping that the Kisano Bros would make their appearance from Yoshihiro's 2250 miles side story to round out what I am calling the Hooligans arc. It doesn't look like they are going to make an appearance, but I assume the At guy is at least a nod to it. Next time, we will conclude Mobile Suit Gundam Katana and the Hooligans arc. We will see which Tsurugi is the true wielder of the Murasame blade, and we will see Katana's armor finally come off. That will do it for now, new types. Remember to avenge your game master by crushing balls in his honor. Peace.